I do enjoy reading the comments you guys and girls post on my videos and on Twitter. For the mainly only run, I got 2 comments with ideas for other runs, and this is one of them. I can already tell that I will enjoy this run, as I have a need to bonk a lot of people after reading some comments on my cosplay pics on Twitter. Long story short, today I am asking the question, can you beat Fallout 4 with only Adam's Judgement? So first of all, what is Adam's Judgement? To get this weapon, you need to have the DLC for Harbor and join Adam's children. In there, you get a quest by Richter to kill a runaway who is trying to turn people against Adam's children, as if they aren't doing a fabulous job doing that all by themselves. Once you finish the mission, no matter the outcome, you get Adam's Judgement from Richter. A sledgehammer with 4 fusion cores strapped to it to cast radiation damage and gives you a 10% off code on Turbo Cancer if you survive it. So far, so good, right? Let's get into the game. I made another character focused on a strength build, as these work out the best for melee weapons. And instead of starting any kind of quest, I quickly ranked to Sanctuary, to have a place to sleep, and then headed to the northeastern side of the map where the Nakana residence is located, to start the DLC. Level 1, no way to damage anyone or anything, and about to head into a DLC that suggests you to start at level 30. What could possibly go wrong? Well, on the way to the residence I died 2 times already, which was not fun, but somehow I managed to get there thanks to running away like the coward that I am. Up there, I helped the family find out that their daughter Kasumi had gone off to Far Harbor, because she believes she might be a synth. We completely ignore the storyline for now and let the people of Far Harbor deal with the monsters all by themselves. Once they finished and I was done hiding like a coward, I beelined my way to the nucleus and to join the children of Adam. Okay, this is where I ran into the biggest issue. To join the children of Adam, you have to drink radioactive water and hallucinate a woman who brings you to one of their holy sites. There, you have to find a code and unlock a terminal to get to the statue to the mother so you can join them. Well, there are quite a few ghouls there. I died many times there while trying to lure them away or deal with them in a different way, such as trying to get them to a different enemy so they could fight it, or just make them despawn, but in this state of hallucination, no other enemies spawn for me. So technically speaking, you cannot beat Fallout 4 with only Adam's Judgement, because you need to kill the ghouls to get to the terminal and unlock it, something that is not possible in combat. But if we take a closer look at the fine print, you realize that Adam's Judgement is a unique variant of the sledgehammer. Sledgehammers can be found all over the Commonwealth. You see where I'm getting with this. So I made my way back into the Commonwealth and straight to Diamond City, technically speaking starting the main quest without a weapon. I let Piper yap and walked straight past her to Aforo, who once again let me down. He's one of the few vendors who is supposed to sell sledgehammers, but he did not, despite me leaving quite some days between coming back to him so he could update his inventory. Oh, speaking of inventory, I got a glitch where I could suddenly trade with a random ass NPC, because he was talking to me as I answered yes to the noodle bro Takahashi. Thanks, Todd. Anyway, Afuro let me down, and I got my ass to Bunker Hill, as Cricket is supposed to sell you sledgehammers. And thankfully, she did. Thanks, Cricket. You are a real one. This was also the moment where I wished that they would invent hammers that don't whisper things to you. With this, I made my way back to the island, and only used the sledgehammer to kill the ghouls by the holy site, and to end the runaway's life, as she didn't want to listen to my failed speech checks. After that, I got Adam's Judgement, and the party could finally start. I did a few side quests for the children of Adam, as I thought, hey, I had never done a playthrough role-playing as them. After these not-so-important side quests to get more XP, I headed back into the Commonwealth and updated Sanctuary Hills with a bed and a water purifier, and then it was straight to the underground station leading into the vault. On my way there, I had a bit of a suicidal touch and headed right to Swan. And I killed him in 3 or 4 hits. This weapon packs more of a punch than I anticipated, and I am not complaining. The triggermen in the underground station were squished like the little bugs that they are, and Nikki was successfully taken out of captivity. Together, we broke into Kellogg's house, and now it's time to confront Kellogg for kidnapping Sean. I also just realized Kellogg kidnapped the OG Sean, and that was 60 years ago? How fucking old is Kellogg? Oh my god, he is older than my taste in men, and that means something. Anyway, I was a bit too cocky when I walked into Fort Hagen with some rags and Adam's Judgement. The sins were quite a challenge. But everything in life is a challenge if you are failing in general. So I went on with my way, only sweating a tiny bit more. I am once again not listening to Kellogg, and turned him from cornflakes into sawdust in approximately 3.5 seconds. Perfect use for breading meat or mozzarella sticks. Another day, another sleigh. Thankfully, the Brotherhood of Steel arrived, and I got my ass over to the police station to join them, getting Paladin Dance as a follower, and giving him the sledgehammer I used to smash the ghouls' brain out of their skulls, which is a true sign of love in my country. To celebrate the bound we just created, we went on to destroy more skulls, this time of super mutants. Only when I boarded the vertibird, I realized I couldn't use the minigun, but I was curious and let everything play out. Without the minigun, the pilot won't let you down to the ground, and we were only released from our flying prison when the behemoth smashed the boulder so hard into the vertibird, Chris Redfield would be jealous. Everyone died but us, and I considered this a success. Okay, back to the main story. Kellogg's brain was dissected, and off to the glowing sea it was. Now, on the way there, something strange happened. I made my way down south from Fort Hagen, and at one point, I had 3 Deathclaws and a behemoth spawn close by. We managed to kill them all just fine, but the one in front of Virgin's hideout killed me 3 goddamn times with one-hit kills. This hasn't happened before, especially cause I was healed up more than before. Is the radiation in the glowing sea some kind of super crack for the Deathclaws? Also, because I'm now part of Adam's Kitties, the people in the crater have different dialogue, and that's kinda neat. Okay, time to chase a Corsair. Strangely, the gunners were a bigger threat than I previously anticipated. In close combat, they were a big problem, as I needed frequent breaks to heal up and try not to bleed out there. Compared to that, the Corsair was a walk in the park. No worries there, 2 hits and he couldn't even shoot up a stim pack. Okay, now to analyze the Corsair chip and... Turns out I'm very good at scientific sciencey stuff and how to deal with technology from 200 years in the future. Imagine a peasant from 1818 and a smartphone. Or a Viking with a TV. Imagine I were the Boneless playing Call of Duty. He would have the most impressive rage outs on stream. Or Napoleon playing Crusader Cranks 3. Virgil was impressed, and I got to build the teleporter thingy with the Brotherhood because I don't have any other choice. The railroad is 6 feet below. I haven't even as much as caught a glimpse of Preston and the crew, so there's that. I gathered the materials, and for the first time in a very long time, I actually had to go to a specific place to grab an item because I didn't have it in my inventory or in the storage in Sanctuary. Anyway, I did get into the Institute, and to get Dr. Lee back, I had to talk with all the other ones in there. I actually did try to fail Dr. Lee's speech check, and a general tried to get her back, but you always have the option to get her virtual stuff, which makes her come with you. So I did that. I think you can only do that if you kill everyone in the Institute? Dunno, might try this next time. Okay. Next on the list, after I visited the Institute for the first and the last time, it was time to build more stuff for Liberty Prime. Where I once again bought a high-powered magnets from Werner in Diamond City, and didn't have to go into Super Mutant Capital further down the map. Time and nerve saved, hell yeah! After that, in the glowing sea, we had to find a bomb storage pyramid. At this point in real life, a nice commentator on YouTube reminded me of the Yao Guai roast exploit. Basically, the roast is supposed to give you plus 210 hit points instantly and plus 10 melee damage for 60 minutes. Due to a bug, it gives you the hit points and a 500% increase in melee damage, which is a bit more than the plus 10 which was originally planned. The bug is still not patched out. Thank you, Todd. So I made 2 rows, and instead of the 149 base damage, Adam's Judgement now had 821 base damage. And that's along with the radiation and fire damage. I got the fire damage from upgrading the weapon. And now Adam's Judgement does 1022 damage altogether. Which is stupidly overpowered, and I love it. Oh god. Dance and I secured the bombs, but not without trouble as I ran away from combat because the ghouls aren't worth it. I did try talking with the child of Adam, but because the combat was triggered again, he stopped talking to me and I couldn't launch a conversation again. Sadly, I had to kill him and his robot friends. Yippee! Not so yippee is the next quest, Blind Betrayal. You all know I cannot kill my sweetheart Dance, so I did not do that. Remember the minigun video? Where the emotional cutscene was interrupted by a Creation Club quest? Yeah, the Pyro quest? It happened again. The vertibird exploded in the background, but no one left a conversation. So I could only stare and watch. Dance was saved. Elder Maxon destroyed Pearl and the gang. And now it was up to me to do another mission, which would be suicide for anyone else without quick savings. Oh well, off to betray the Institute as if I liked them in the first place. Mass Fusion was a walk in the park, thanks to the insane amount of damage I was doing, and the fact that Proctor Ingram was with me. Blood is thicker than water, but the power armor of the Brotherhood is stronger than the water of the official synth womb. At Victoriam. As soon as the agitator was put into prime, it was off to destroy the Institute. I fast traveled there, and this time the Enclave did not spawn, which is at least something. Prime turned the ground into ash, and I followed the Elder into the Institute. Not much is there to say. As we slaughtered everyone, most of them were one-hit kills, I turned Sean into paste for being a turbo asshole and planted a bomb. On the roof of Mass Fusion, I pressed the big red button and proved that you cannot beat Fallout 4 with Adam's Judgement only. With this run, I also proved that you can beat Fallout 4 without ever meeting Preston Garvey, as I completely ignored the Minutemen the entire run, and it was good to have no Radiant Settlement quests in my log clogging it up. To wrap things up, using Adam's Judgement was a mad fun weapon, especially after the exploit and the over 1000 damage it caused. Getting to it at level 1 was a pain in the ass, but somehow you can always manage it. There is no challenge in life that you shouldn't face out of pure fear. If you have your mind set on it, you can do nearly everything at least once. Just like bungee jumping without a rope, eating pure uranium, or hugging a beer. I said you can do everything at least once. I never said you would survive it. In the end, this run took 7 hours and 42 minutes, making it an average length run. Anyway, this was my video on beating Fallout 4 with Adam's Judgement only. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.